Hi, gun people. Hey, this is a pretty good one. So a shotgun wielding drunk Russian client came in on revenge, and some people took him on. That's all I know about this video. It was posted on the Think Like Cop Facebook page. Some good and bad things here, but let's take a look and we'll talk about handling people with guns. So the guy comes in, got a sawed-off shotgun, confronts the dudes. Anytime you see a gun, I mean, a guy carrying a shotgun in a building, I get it. Second Amendment, right to carry all this. This guy's not walking around like he's trying to support Second Amendment rights. Again, I know this is Russia. I understand that. But I'm trying to relate it to the majority of my audience here who is Second Amendment gun-loving gun people who hopefully get it. So, obviously, this guy is intent on hurting somebody. So you got a couple choices here. You can create distance, get cover, get the hell out of Dodge, and bail. You can barricade yourself. If there was a door here, you could try and shut the door and barricade. Hopefully wouldn't shoot through it. He might shoot through the door. Or you can go on the aggressive and grab him. Because these guys didn't choose any of the former options, they don't have a choice but to grab him. And sometimes you don't have a choice. So he immediately puts a gun up in that dude's face, man. Woo! He's lucky. This guy grabs it. I can't tell if this guy is actually pulling it away. He's got his hand on the grip and the trigger, man. This is... You do not want to be in front of the barrel and fighting with a guy with a gun. When you grab a gun, and I've done a couple gun takeaways, I think, with my nephew. I don't know if I posted them or didn't. But you need to get that gun in front of you, or at least to where the barrel is in front of you, and then you fight behind the gun. You don't want to fight in front of the gun. And these guys tend to fight in front of the gun. They don't get shot, but they're lucky. Remember, luck isn't a strategy or a plan. It's just luck. So right here, this dude's dead if he pulled the trigger. Luckily, his finger's off the trigger. This dude's absolutely dead. This is what I call in front of the gun. This guy's fighting behind the gun. He's got the gun here. He's behind the gun. Don't fight in front of the gun. Gun goes off right there. You can see it real quickly. I don't know how to slow down on, but right there you see the flash, and it shoots in the wall. And it doesn't even look like it tears up or explodes. It's almost like he's shooting flashbangs or something, because I don't see any destruction when it fired. But again, this guy's in front. Because he's yanked back, he's put this guy in front. Luckily, neither of them got shot. So they grab the gun again, and they start going. Now this guy is trying to stay what I call behind the gun. You fight for a gun behind a gun, not in front of the gun. And sometimes that means you have to move into the suspect and get closer. Fires again here in a second, and I don't know how. So that was a slow-mo of it shooting right here. Again, this guy's in front, lucky. This guy's even moving in front. That's why when you're fighting for a gun, you want to stay close to the suspect as you can and keep that gun in front of both of you. I mean, ideally, you want to twist. A little short shotgun is a tough takeaway, but it works like any gun. If you grab it and do a big circle, you can do a circle with a baton, you can do a circle with a gun. When you do a big circle and you hang on, it twists it right out of the person's hands. And it's hard to just explain it by a circle, but I think I've done a couple videos on baton retention where you do the circle and you break the grip, usually by the thumb. If you circle to the thumb, it'll do it, but it'll work either way. So this guy's holding the end of the barrel, which is probably hot now because it's fired, but he don't want to let go. And right here, somehow, I thought it was a pump shotgun. Another thing that you want to do when you're fighting for a gun is you want to disable it. And you can do that several ways. One, if it's a semi-automatic, you can actually stick your finger in, and I've done a video on that, to where you hold the top of the slide and the gun, and you press the trigger and fire it. And it creates a jam. It doesn't eject. Now you've disabled the gun, and he has to rack and tap in order to get the gun back into firing condition. So by disabling it, you cause an intentional jam, and you interfere with the slide movement by just squeezing it with your hand. And I know I got a video, unless they've taken it down, where I've just grabbed my Glock and I've squeezed it really tight and I fired my 45, and the gun doesn't eject and the slide doesn't move. So that's one way. Another way is if it's got a safety and you're fighting with it, if you can click the safety on, that might give you a good indicator. But again, the best way I think is the circle, reverse twist, swinging it in a large circle and breaking that grip and getting it away from the guy. So it fires again. Somehow he's able to get a pump in here. These guys either didn't know. I don't think it's a semi-automatic. If it is, well, it didn't jam. And that's how he got a second round in there. But somehow, in all this struggle, he gets a second round and he fires again. Now, they're doing a pretty good job of trying to stay behind. These guys, oh, Rick, he lasered them. He doesn't know what he's doing. He hasn't graduated the NRA instructor course. Shut up, you freaking crybabies. Lasers get happens when you're fighting. So these guys run in front of the gun, laser themselves. They're reacting. And the gun goes off again. And I'm surprised these guys' feet didn't go. This guy, kind of in front of the gun. I make this point over and over because that's important when you're fighting for a gun. If you've never done it and you haven't trained and you haven't done it several times to where your training is stuck, that's an important part when you're fighting for a gun. Man, his leg is right in front. I don't know how he doesn't get shot. Here it comes. Oh, now this dude's right in front. Get ready. Here we go. Right here, because I think this guy gets some in the face. So somewhere right in between here, he gets another round off. Boom. Now this guy's got it in the face. He's got some sort of ricochet. This guy's got his hands in his pocket. Are you kidding me? I mean, this guy's situational awareness is that of a freaking dead skunk in the road. I mean, what the hell, dude? They're fighting over a freaking gun. He's shooting it in the ground. Shit's flying. This guy's got his hands in his pockets. Are you kidding me? Man, this guy is not on my team, people. Okay? He has no situational awareness. Anyway, I think it ends right here. It does. So, let's look at the second shot again because this guy gets it right in the eyes. So right here, and you know what? Most of the force is coming this way. If he got anything, it might have been a little unburnt powder. I don't think he took any shrapnel or anything. This guy, well, he did kind of flinch right there when the bullet was fired. He didn't take his hands out of his pocket, but he flinched. Rick, maybe his hands are cold, and you're just picking on him because he's got a white sweater, or he's got black... Shut up, you big crybabies. I'm trying to teach you something. All right, we'll end that there. Pretty good little video. Fight behind the gun, not in front of the business end. Kind of like a horse. You don't want to hang around his rear end. That's his business end. All right, we'll end that there.